and I have to go to Beloit and drop this trailer off and pick up another trailer and take it to the yard. It's Friday. Let's see what I got. But I had to wait here 10 hours. This is Seneca in Janesville. But I gotta take my 4 straps out when I get there. Everything's looking good on this trailer. And let's see here. There's my plug. Guarantee it to the life of the tire. Well, that's what it looks like. It's almost meshed right in there. Try to get that. No, that's not it. Here it is. Got a little dirt in there. That'll just wear right into the rubber. Pretty soon you won't see that. Wear right down just like the tire. Same kind of material. But it's got 100 pounds. But when you kick the tires, you want to put your hand on the outside of the tire. You'll feel the vibration in your hands. That's the right way to go. But this trailer is legal. All you need is a vice grip, bungee cord. But I'm taking this right over to Beloit. It's only about 17 miles away. So I'll shoot over there and see what's over there. Okay, this is Beloit. Looks like this is the trailer I gotta take. It's got a lock on it. Look why it has a lock on it. What if they lock all of them? Wow, look at this one. Ooh-wee. That's why I use bungee cords. Damn. That's messed up. Alright, well, we'll see what's in here. Yeah, it's got a product, no seal. Look at the gnats and all that. This must go to the dump or something. Bugs are flying in there. There's one over there, a new trailer. Alright. I get my straps out of here, and my bungee cord, I gotta take that off, slide this back. Let's see what I can do here. Up, coming back. And landing gear, take the straps off. Should be good to go. Okay, I'm all hooked up to 53058. I had to replace the glide hand seal on the blue one. That was really split up. But everything's hooked up, put air in the lines, landing gear. I'll slide the axles a little bit once I get some air in here and see the weight. These tires look alright. Mud flaps are better than the other one. Let's see what else here. And then secure the load. That looks really bad. It's a lot of money. All this costs money, especially when you got to repair it. Okay, let's see if I can strap this down. The top isn't secure. Looks like I got a load lock in here. Alright. This is all expired. I got flies all over in here. Discard, expired, and then I got fruit flies all over. But it says sweetener on it. Liquid content. Oh, look at that. Ready Care, vanilla. That's too bad. It's all going to the dump. But it's all about securing this. I can get this load lock in here. About squeezing in here. This one isn't long enough. That's too bad. Grab a corner. I'm so used to load locks, but the straps are a bit easier too. But it seems to really mess with the freight. Should hold that in the corner. Pretty heavy. Alright. Okay, looks like they didn't hook up the top one. So you always have to look up to make sure the tops are good. But I'm gonna have to put this on the load bar rack. We'll see how that works out. Alright, back to putting a load bar in the load bar rack. You always have to make sure it doesn't fall. You always put it upside down. Sideways like that. Make sure it's in the groove real good. Always have a safety pin. Never trust anything. Everything's moving and vibrating. All of a sudden this will open, the load locks will go out and be on the middle of the road. Any problems will be your fault. I gotta replace the feet on that, those two. But that's how you do it. Make sure it's upside down and locked. And then you put it on this rack this way. Looks like I got one more, but I usually put a broom right here, a push broom. I've been using that leaf blower, but it's good to have a broom. I used to have a foldable one that used to fold and go in where it would slide in, but I fold it in. But that worked out really good. Other than that, it looks like I'm ready to go. All I have to do is do the lights. I'll also do that now. It's hard to see the top corner. Don't even know if it's, yep, it's got one, I see it. Yeah. And this is the white light in case your tires go out and all that. That's your little white light if you have low inflation of your tires. Parking lights and flashers are on. That's looking good. Tires already bumped. Trailer ABS. No, that's not on. That's good. Blinkers. Let's make sure the license plate light is good. Top clearance lights, all of them look good. Blink. Alright, these lights are looking good. No chicken lights on this trailer. Parking and blinkers. It looks like a newer trailer. It's much better than the one I dropped off here. Yep, that one's on. Got some exhaust smoke on it. And this trailer, I might as well say goodbye to it. 5048. Got the screw back in here. See, that holds that up. Let the mechanics work on that. I was too busy with plugging the tire. But 5348, and here's my plug. All right, that's looking really good. It's got a little bit of a gravel in it, but from Janesville all the way here. But you can see how it just rolls and rubs right in. The more the tire wears down, the more the plug will wear with it. And that's it. You don't have any too much drama to that. And as long as you know how to plug a tire like I do, how quick you do is pull your hoses out, get the two plugs in there. When you put in about 80 pounds or 100, you're putting a lot of muscle pushing that plug in. But once you do get it done, then I guarantee it's the life of the tire. I always do two plugs in it. And that was a pin. But I've had bigger. I even had pliers that were in tires. That's about 4 plugs to put in. A lot of rubber cement, and then you wait about an hour to dry. Alright, now what to do is check in and get my paperwork and take this to the yard. Alright. I slide my axles and I see that they must have replaced this light. As you can see. But that's not working. That's not how you leave it. The problem about this, especially in the winter time, this will start collecting with ice and snow and pull it right down. But it looks like somebody forgot to tie it up, harness it. Should go up to about like that. But that's the way it should be. As you can see, that's the tools you need. And this nylon tie is the right way to go, and then you just use the wire cutters to cut it and never leave them dangling. And that should be alright. It's all about snipping that too to make sure that nylon tie's on there. And that way You won't have this flopping around in the wind. It's really important. But that's it. It's all about sliding the axles forward. I got a lot of weight in the back, nothing in the front. And then back to the yard. Never ending. Back at the yard. It's Friday, but this is a loaded trailer I'm just dropping off. Looks like I'm going to Tennessee. Gotta be there Tuesday morning, so I'm gonna go ahead and probably leave Monday in the morning early. Get over there. But I want to take this strap off. Looks like it didn't have a strap in here, so I'm gonna grab mine. I don't want to be low on straps. That's the right way to go. Alright, this goes to liquid waste management. That's a good trailer. My flaps look a little cut off, but it's all about dropping this off over by the dusty area where they do the mechanic stuff, oil change and all that. And then I'll have a couple days off. Looks like I got 3 load locks. All I have to do is replace 2 of the pads on the bottom of these load locks. All I need is a broom to put in here and the rack's full. It's really made for a refrigerator. I hope everybody has a nice weekend. Dropping the paperwork off and cleaning my mess and turning it in. Well, when I go to Tennessee, looks like it's going to be this trailer, 6100. I like pulling refrigerated. But right away you can see the glad hands. How bad that is. This red one here is a little tired. But it's this blue one here, it's really bad. But it's all about putting it all back together. put my love in this one. Well, we'll see here. Yep, got the paperwork. These bills here are pretty old. I don't think this is going to. This is going into recycling. Somebody forgot about this one. But I'm also hand that in. 6100. It's got a patch on it. Got full skirts. Looks like a full tank. Looks like this rail got auto slider air scale. This almost have a gauge on here, yeah. This here has a gauge. And this gauge here, if it works. That's what it looks like. And then you just turn this dial here. And then once there's air in the system, it'll give you the weight when it comes to the airbags, how much pressure's on it. But I got a spare tire. The airlines aren't dragging like the other one. And let's see here. Looks like this plug is hanging. Yeah, it's not on. Yeah, it's better. You don't want water going in those maxis. But doesn't look too bad. Utility is soft on the back. You don't want to hit the loading dock too hard. But I got a seal on it, so I can't really see if they got it secured. The flaps look alright. I'll have to put a screw on it. Let's get a look at it. It's Friday. I got this weekend. I'll probably leave Sunday night. And this skirt here doesn't look good. It needs to be folded the other way. Looks like somebody hit it. Let's see if I can repair it. I had to use both hands, so I couldn't really film it. But I like black skirts. That's really nice. These here are usually to pick these trailers up and put them on flatbeds, on trains. That's where they grab those and lift it up. Looks like somebody hit this corner. That's not good. Good old 61. That's the only big gashes right here. That should look good going to Tennessee. What's this about? I wonder why somebody put that in there. Is that supposed to be like that? Eventually they'll come out anyways. But I don't know if this reefer works. Be nice to see. Yeah, I was raised with refrigerated. That's all I did for about 28, 29 years, is just refrigerated. Even way back when I was a kid with my father in the 70s and 80s, it was all refrigerated. I hear something clicking. Oh, I got some lights here. Look at that. So it's going through the whole process here. It's an old carrier. These actually run pretty quiet. It's good to have a running unit. That way I can just have drive-in or refrigerated. The only drawback of this is that it's heavier. But I like it because if I have any problems with the tractor, say the alternator goes out, I actually can umbilical cord this battery and I'll put it into the back. I have a plus and minus to jump start from the tractor to the reefer. You can go back and forth. If the alternator is out here, you can go ahead and use the alternator in the semi. Not the other way. Belt's a little loose. Started pretty good. All right, the cold cycle. Well, those belts are really loose. Yeah, the belt is really loose. I'll have to tighten that. But to tighten the belt, it would be this pulley here, and you would tighten it on the back. You got the adjusters right there. If you go to my head cam playlist, I actually show you how to tighten these belts. And the top one, that's actually or actually hooked up to a big fan in the front of the condenser. And when the belt's loose like that, you see this bar, that bar right there, it starts slapping and going ting, 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 ting. When you hear that on reefers, it means that that belt needs to be tightened. And they put a little safety bar around that. And when it gets really loose, like you see, it'll start hitting that and tinging it. And the adjustment is right behind the fuel filter here. And you use that adjustment there, and now tighten it, which I'll do. But it's mainly that adjustment and this adjustment is tightening the two belts. The other belt is for the alternator on the side here. And main thing, like you can reach over here and use it, you know, that's pretty tight. But you got the alternator belt, and then you have the belt here that runs along this drive. That turns it from vertical to horizontal, and then that brings it right up to the big fan on the top. But it'll start tinging. It flops like that. It's really bad. But you just adjust it. It's just what you do, because those are actually the belts that we used to have. Now there's serpentine belts where you don't have any adjustments. You just have a tension puller that keeps it tight. It doesn't stretch like these belts do. But once I do that, you can see it'll run a lot better. It won't be flopping like that. But it's a good carrier. I ran carriers all my life. The only two refrigerator units you have is Thermo King and a carrier. Those are the two. The problem about carriers, you have more electronics, more computer stuff on it. This here doesn't look good. That has to be tightened inside. The latch itself always gets wore down. And I actually use bungee cords because these doors actually flip open when you're going down the road. And when you open up this door here, you can get to the side doors there. And you can go ahead and take a bungee cord and pull on it to make sure that you don't have any slop on the latch. These latches here get really tired. They actually get worn down. And it's actually right here too. This gets really worn down. And when it gets worn down like that, it'll flop like that. But it looks like this door has been open. But it looks like something's wrong with the bottom. It's not actually. It's hitting something. I have to go ahead and look at it. It's a lot better when you hook up because you're standing on your deck plate on the back of your truck. But little things like this, it really is not really good to have it dangling down. Another thing you want to do when you grab the refrigerators when it's been sitting for a while is always to open this up and get all the birds' nest out, because all the birds live in these things. They there's actually an opening on the top, and they come in from the top and they make nests. And that's a big headache for refrigerator units, is that when you sit for even a week, you'll have bird nests all in there. It looks like both sides are really bad. This side's where the battery's at. But I'm going to have to go ahead and use bungee cords and pull on it. And then you disconnect the bungee cords from the inside from the front doors. And that's the right way to go. I mean, because you'll see many of them, when you go down the road, they'll start wearing down that bad. And they'll open up and start flopping. And then when you take tight corners, you'll hit it and rip it right off. Then you have reefers without side doors. And the side doors are really important because it's all about the sun. It's all insulated. But this would be my trailer for going to Tennessee. I hope all of you come with. And we'll see what kind of drama it is, from flat tires to any kind of breakdowns you see. I always bring everything. And that way I'm not stuck out there. All else fails, you can always get a mechanic to come to you, but you do your best, especially a family-owned business. But my truck is over here now. I try to park it way in the back corner so that way when people drive by, they don't dust it. So I try to keep it clean. Wintertime is a little bit more harder to keep it clean, but believe it or not, I like it better because the summer is just too hot and humid. You can't really do anything until spring and fall. That's when I do all my polishing and waxing, get everything set up, and then you got the cold winter and the hot summer. Those are the times I just take a little break and just drive like a good trucker, wipe it down, do the 3 towel method I showed you guys. But this would be a good weekend. Looks like these clouds are all rolling in. Hope all of you are checking out my anomaly playlist. Really gives you all the information on everything I've seen through the years. And you can put it all together as when I was really investigating all that. And don't forget my suspicious activity. And remember, 350,000 every year are missing in the United States only. That's 1,000 a day, so I've done all the investigations. You'll see the Mercedes-Benz vans, those 4x4s, all jacked up, brand new. They're the ones that go and pick everything up. Long ago, it used to be Suburbans, and then they changed to the Mercedes vans. Big business, but oh well. I parked my pickup truck over here. But it's a good walk. That's what drivers should be doing. It was a good week after the 4th of July. And now it's all about getting my uniform off and taking a break for a couple days and get back to work. But I appreciate your time.